Chieng.
And I'm Michael the Raw Dog Kosta, and this is Sports War, the show where we are legally not allowed to agree with each other.
That's right. So if I say football games should only be played indoors,
Then I say every game should be played like that scene in Top Gun, shirtless, on the beach, and in slow motion.
All right, but let's get to the biggest story in sports right now. We got an NFL Super Bowl rematch for the ages. Philadelphia Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And that means all of our attention will be on one thing: Taylor Swift.
The Kansas City Chiefs are headed to their third straight Super Bowl after defeating the Buffalo Bills.
As the confetti fell, Taylor Swift joined in on the celebration, sharing a kiss with boyfriend Travis Kelce.
Just do a little dance, make a little love.
Sports betting sites, they're already coming up with prop bets. Like, how many times will you see her? What outfit will she have on? But there's some gutsier ones. Like, will Travis Kelce propose?
Hell yeah, love is in the air. And I just bet all my heart medication money on it. Now, if Travis doesn't go down on one knee, he'll break two hearts. If Travis pops the question, I'm popping bobbles. In fact, I'm doubling down on a pregnancy parlay in November.
Okay. Hey, you don't know a thing about love, Kosta. That's why it's so easy for me to catfish you into thinking I was a busty 25-year-old from Ukraine.
Wrong again. I knew it was you the whole time. And I'm in love with you. What we have is real. Besides, I needed something to bet on since the NFL rigged the game for the Chiefs.
Okay, look, the NFL is not rigged for the Chiefs. It comes down to talent. Okay, it's like calling this show rigged just because I win every argument, okay? I got the brains of Bill Belichick, and you look like the son of Forrest Gump.
Well, Mama always says Ronny Chieng's a huge piece of shit, which brings us to our NFL Big Game Bet of the Week. Now, legally, we can't say the name of the big game in a bet or the NFL will sue us, but I can present you my Super Bowl, spelled differently, Bet of the Week. Will the NFL declare the Chiefs winners before the start of the second quarter? Brought to you by gambling. Gambling. You don't even have to know a shady Italian guy to do it anymore.
Now, look, the game won't all be about stupid love stories. The Chiefs will be taking on the Eagles, and Philly is already practicing for a victory celebration.
Philadelphia's Eagles fans spilled onto the streets celebrating their big win.
This was the scene as tens of thousands packed Broad Street.
Philadelphia's mayor, Sherelle Parker, tried to fire up fans. She led a chant, spelling the team's name, Eagles.
Let me hear you all say, E-L-G-L-E-S, Eagles! Let's go, Birds!
You're out of the spelling bee. Now step aside and watch an Indian kid crush your dreams. This kind of behavior is exactly why the Eagles don't deserve another championship. Their fans don't even care enough about the team to spell their name right. Even Ronny can spell Eagles, and he can't even speak English.
All right. I wish I didn't speak English. My life would be so much better if I couldn't understand you, all right? This is exactly why I love the Eagles. Even their fans have CTE. The last time the Eagles won the Super Bowl, a fan voluntarily ate horse shit to celebrate, even though no one asked them to do it, okay? Meanwhile, the streets of New York City are filled to the brim with horse shit because it's been so long since either New York team won a Super Bowl. So please, win already so Kosta can start licking these streets clean. Which brings us to the Ronny Soup or Bowl Bet of the Week. Which animal's feces can I trick Kosta into eating? Brought to you by gambling. Gambling. Home ownership is a burden.
All right. Stop laughing. Let's move on from the NFL to a story none of you have seen because it's about hockey.
The Washington Capitals escaped with a 3-2 road win over the Oilers last night in a game that Capitals goalie Logan Thompson might argue should not have been so close. That's because Thompson says he was distracted by a tray of nachos on the ice as he gave up a goal in the third period. Who among us, really? The nachos, having been tossed onto the rink by a fan, did not interfere with Oilers players as they skated into the Capitals zone and took the shot from a few feet from the discarded snack.
Wow, these athletes have become so soft they're getting their ass whipped by nachos. Hey, let hockey fans be part of the game and throw whatever they want on the rink, okay? Popcorn, divorce papers, their most aerodynamic children. Okay, you brought them to a hockey game, you're already a bad father.
Man, shut your pucking mouth, Ronnie, all right? These nachos created a dangerous situation for players who should have been focused on beating the teeth out of each other. Plus, it's really hard to do your job when a stupid, annoying piece of trash is in your peripheral vision. In that analogy, Ronnie, you are the wet, cold trash nachos. Boom. The raw dog is killing it tonight. How's that raw dog Kosta queso tasting? Which brings us to our Michael Kosta's Super Bowel bet of the night. How many people would mourn if Ronnie slipped and drowned in a vat of nacho cheese? As always, brought to you by gambling. Gambling. Your mom's ATM pin is probably your birthday.
All right, well, that's all the time we have for today. Join us next week when we debate if a tie really is as bad as kissing your sister.
Well, I can tell you from personal experience, it's not nearly as hot.
Oh, yeah? Well, how would you know that? You didn't kiss your sister. I kissed your sister.